James Nye, the science guy.
All right, James Nye, the science guy. Earth is made of what?
Earth is made of rock.
What are the three layers?
Crust, mantle, and core. That was
And-
my water.
What's crust?
Crust is the outside of the earth and is where we live. See, right here, we're standing on crust.
What's mantle?
Mantle is below the crust. And the core. I knew you were going to ask that. The core. The core is the center of the earth. And it has liquid rock. And it includes the inner and outer core.
What are the three types of rock?
Metamorphic, sedimentary, and igneous. Igneous is volcanic, sedimentary layer. Metamorphic it is changed by heat and pressure.
The Earth is covered mostly with what?
Water. Salt water.
All right. What percent is salt water?
97. And the percent of fresh water is 1, and the percent of frozen water, which is also fresh water but it's frozen, is 2. And we're getting more and more fresh water from when it rains. It goes in the ground and it soaks up, and all the dirt and rocks in the ground is like a cleansing machine. All the bad materials get stuck in the dirt and rocks, and the water goes down. So we have a big underwater tunnel under the ground, which is full of like partly fresh water.
All right. Well,
Like this.
the salt water. Where do we find salt water?
In oceans, seas, and gulfs, we find fresh water, rivers, lakes, and ponds, and we find frozen water, poles, and top of mountains.
Okay. Well, all rocks are made up of what? What are rocks made up of?
Rocks are made up of minerals.
All right. Well, when we look at rocks, we want to classify them. How do you classify them?
You classify them by color, hardness, texture, and luster.
All right. Well, you had a
Luster.
rock to show us. Where's your example? Okay. Well, give me an example.
Okay.
What is that right there? You don't know exactly
It's
what
hard.
it is. So you first
So
do what?
it's really, so you feel it, and so you can tell it's hard. Now the second, if you want to see how textured it is, it's kind of smooth, and the luster is kind of shiny. And the last one, color, it's kind of orangish, brownish, whitish, like Jupiter.
Well, there are some tools that you could use to classify. I mean, if you were you're a geologist and you're going on a dig and you're looking for rocks, what tools would you take with you?
You would probably make sure to take a hammer, a nail, a paper clip, your fingernail, and a bottle of vinegar.
All right. Well, to get a closer look, what might you need?
Oh yeah, that's right, a magnifying glass.
All right. So again, if you went on a dig, which I guess is what you do, I'm sure if it's a dig or what. But what are the tools you'd want to have in your backpack?
A hammer, a nail, a paper clip, a bottle of vinegar, and a magnifying glass.
Okay, vinegar's kind of strange. Why would you bring vinegar?
So if you find a certain kind of rock, if you want to see if there's quartz or some crystals in there, if there's quartz or crystals, you put some vinegar on it. And if there's no bubbles, it's quartz. If there are bubbles, there's a bunch of crystals.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Well, what about the paper clip in your fingernail? You're kidding me. What do you do with that?
You see if you scratch it, like let's say there's a really soft rock, which I forgot the name of it, but that soft rock, you can scratch it with your fingernail, it'll just rub off. You can rub it with your hand, rub off. That's the softest rock. The hardest rock is diamond. The second hardest, I think, is quartz.
Soil or dirt's made out of what? What is soil and dirt made out of?
Soil and dirt is made out of humus and rocks. Humus means dead stuff, like dead leaves, dead animals, even dead humans.
Yeah. All right, well, sand. I don't like the feel of it between my toes. What's it made out of?
Really tiny rocks that was eroded Like waves would hit a side. Let's say there's a mountain. Wave would hit the side of the mountain and bring little tiny pieces of rocks, and then it would bring it. Maybe that wave would travel all the way to this land, and then it keeps bringing little tiny rocks, and then it fills up, and that's what they call sand.
Wow. Well, this has been very informative, very interesting, Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy, James Nye the Science Guy, our friends!